guys, it's Paradise and welcome back to another Monster Hunter Wilds video and our Weapon Workshop tutorial series. In this series, we break down everything you need to know about each weapon, covering basic mechanics, shot types, effective combos, and the newest mechanics that have been introduced in Wilds. Today, we'll be taking a look at one of the most agile and versatile weapons in the game, the bow. If you love fast-paced combat, precise shooting, all while staying on the move, this weapon might be perfect for you. And in Monster Hunter Wilds, the bow has received massive upgrades, including the new trick arrow mechanics, improved movement options, and devastating special attacks that make it stronger and more fluid than ever before. If you guys do enjoy these videos, a like and comment or a share would be super appreciated, as we've put a ton of work into each and every one of these guides. So, whether you're a seasoned bow user looking to master the new mechanics, or a beginner trying to understand its flow, this guide has got you covered. So let's jump into it and break down everything you need to know about the bow in Monster Hunter Wilds. The bow is a highly versatile ranged weapon that allows hunters to strike from a distance while maintaining high mobility and precision. Unlike your other ranged options, the bow doesn't rely on ammo reserves, instead it uses an endless supply of arrows combined with different coatings to enhance attack, apply status effects, or deal increased damage. It's a fast-paced weapon that rewards stamina management, positioning, and consistent charged shots to deal high damage over time. The bow excels at weaving in and out of danger, using dodge mechanics and charging techniques to unleash a steady barrage of arrows. But it's not just about shooting repeatedly. The bow also offers a variety of powerful charge levels, shot types, and unique follow-ups, giving players a diverse toolkit to maximize damage while staying mobile. Mastering the rhythm of charging, aiming, and dodging is key to unlocking the bow's true potential. And with Monster Hunter Wilds, the bow has received huge new mechanics that enhance its fluidity, evasive options, and damaging capabilities. This makes it an even stronger choice for hunters who want to dominate from range. Now let's break things down step by step, covering everything from basic shots to more advanced mechanics. The bow's core gameplay revolves around charging shots, where the longer you hold the attack, the more powerful it becomes. Each consecutive shot increases in charge level, and there's even ways to maintain charge level to increase your damage uptime. A key element of the bow is your stamina management though. Since dashing, dodging, and charging all consume stamina, learning how to balance offensive and defensive movements is essential. Luckily, Monster Hunter Wilds introduces new mechanics that refine the bow's movement, allowing for smoother shot transitions and improved evasive options. This means more fluid combat, better positioning, and increased opportunities to maintain damage while avoiding danger. Another major factor for the bow is your coating selection. Coatings apply special effects to arrows, such as increased raw damage, elemental power, or status effects with things like paralysis and poison. Choosing the right coatings for the hunt can greatly improve your effectiveness, so understanding when to switch between them is key to getting the most out of the bow. Finally, the bow's unique follow-up attacks and shot types give it a varied and adaptable playstyle. Whether you're using charged shots, rapid-fire arrows, or powerful special moves, mastering the flow of the weapon will allow you to consistently deal high damage while staying safe. At its core, the bow is about precision, mobility, and stamina control. Learning how to chain shots together, manage your stamina effectively, and take advantage of new mechanics will make you a force to be reckoned with. One of the biggest changes to the bow in Monster Hunter Wilds is the Trick Arrow Gauge, a brand new mechanic that fundamentally changes how the bow is played. This gauge is earned through attacking, charging shots, and performing dodges like Discerning Dodge, and it serves as a resource to unleash powerful attacks and manage your coatings. A major shift in Wilds is that the coatings are now infinite, but they must be applied using the Trick Arrow Gauge. The gauge is split into 3 sections, and each section can be spent to load 10 arrows with your selected coating. Once these arrows are fired, you'll need to recharge the trick shot gauge through combat and reapply the coatings, creating a new gameplay loop focused on resource management. The Trick Arrow Gauge also fuels your Tracer Arrows, a new mechanic that lets you mark weak points on monsters. Any subsequent shots will be aimed at these marks for increased damage, rewarding precise aiming and follow-up attacks. Balancing when to use the gauge or coatings versus tracer arrows adds a new layer of strategy, making it important to stay active while continuously generating trick arrow charge. With these changes, the bow in Monster Hunter Wilds now revolves around building and spending the trick arrow gauge efficiently. This ensures you always have coatings applied when needed and tracer arrows ready for high damage opportunities. Managing this system will maximize your damage output and keep your attacks as effective as possible throughout the hunt. Before we get into the moves, you need to know how to load your coatings. You can load a set of 10 coatings into the bow by selecting and using L1 and triangle, and then applying it with triangle. This will apply the current coating, which will enhance your bow shots in a variety of ways from damage to status. In Wilds, you have access to the following coatings. You have power coatings to increase the base damage of your arrows, close range coatings to significantly increase damage but it reduces your range. Piercing coatings can penetrate through monsters, poison coatings can apply poison to monsters for damage over time, paralysis coatings can temporarily paralyze monsters, while sleep coatings can induce sleep in monsters. Blast coatings will cause an explosion after multiple arrow strikes, and exhaust coatings will deplete the stamina and even stun monsters if you hit them on the head. As you can see here, I've applied the power coating, and now I have 10 shots with enhanced damage until they run out and have to be refreshed using a bar of the trick arrow gauge. Each bow you craft has a different set of coatings available for it, which will be shown in the smithy screen, so aim for a bow that matches your playstyle and the weaknesses of the monster that you want to fight. The bow commonly excels at elemental and status damage, so it is recommended to have multiple bows crafted. Elemental damage plays a huge role in maximizing the bow's DPS potential, as the weapon thrives on rapid, consecutive hits, making it one of the best weapons for applying consistent elemental damage. Unlike heavy-hitting weapons that rely on raw damage with high motion values, the bow's attack speed allows it to proc lots of instances of elemental damage quickly, making element-focused builds extremely effective in the right matchups. Each monster has specific elemental weaknesses, which determines the best bow and coating combination for the hunt. To check a monster's elemental weaknesses in Wilds, you can view the hunter notes after encountering the monster, identify visual cues such as fire-based attacks likely being weak to water or ice, and observe your damage numbers, as your elemental attacks will display higher values when hitting weak points. The best way to take advantage of elemental damage is by choosing the right bow for the hunt. Now that you understand how the bow deals damage through coatings, elemental damage, and the trick arrow gauge, you're ready to jump into combat. Let's start with a quick primer on the bow's combat flow to get you up to speed, then we'll break down its moves and combos in detail. Alright, so let's break down the basics of the bow and some combos so you can get a good handle on its fundamentals. The goal of the bow is to maintain charge level, coatings, and tracer uptime while effectively managing your stamina and the trick arrow gauge to keep combat flowing. By continuously firing arrows and using special moves without interruptions, you can maximize damage output and your overall efficiency. The flow of bow combat will start by applying coatings through L1 plus triangle, and then select and press triangle again to apply them. This boosts your damage or gives status to your shots depending on the coating. Next, raising charge level is done by pressing R2 repeatedly or holding R2 to manually charge it to max. The glow around the bow indicates the charge level, transitioning from no glow to orange to red, while increasing the number of arrows that are fired per shot. Your charge level is crucial because higher charge level means more arrows per shot, increased damage, and stronger status application when using coatings. By keeping charge at max, you maximize every attack to ensure that each shot contributes as much as possible to your overall DPS. By firing at max charge level, you can follow up with power shots by pressing circle, dealing high burst damage but resetting the charge to 0. Instead of losing charge, you can press L2 plus X to perform the charging sidestep, allowing you to maintain your charge and continue the sequence without having to start over. Pressing circle multiple times activates power volley, an even stronger multi-arrow attack. In Monster Hunter Wilds, tracer arrows simplify the charge process. Pressing R2 plus square applies a tracer arrow, instantly setting your charge level to maximum without needing to build it manually. This consumes one trick arrow gauge bar though, but once applied, all arrows will home in on the marked target, ensuring high accuracy and efficiency. Managing your stamina and trick arrow gauge uptime is crucial for maintaining momentum. So pressing L2 plus X just before an attack is about to hit you triggers a perfect dodge, which is known as a Discerning Dodge for bow, which instantly restores some stamina and trick arrow gauge, helping keep you on the offensive without interruptions. These are the fundamentals of the bow, but more advanced techniques further enhance its potential. So let's break down each attack and mechanic in detail. The bow's moves are easy to learn, but each one has a surprising amount of depth. Let's explore each move, starting with the basics and moving to the special moves so you can understand their potential. Charged shots are your bow's bread and butter. Using R2 with each shot increases the charge level of the bow, and this can be seen with the increased damage you deal, and will increase the arrow count for some ammo types. The bow has 3 charge levels, starting with level 1, where it shoots 1 arrow, level 2 for 2, and level 3 for 3 arrows. Your basic starting combo for the bow is simply to use R2, 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 which will shoot a series of arrows. You can also hold down R2 to charge the bow to max, which is a very useful option depending on the scenario. It's worth noting that once you reach max level, if you shoot again, it will then reset the charge level to level 1, and you'll start the process again. But there are some ways to get around this limitation and help maximize your damage output. Knowing your charge level is important as it allows you to deal more damage, but not only this, if you're using statuses like poison or paralysis, then this allows you to hit more potent shots on the monster and thus inflict the status even quicker. A quick tip for your charge level is that you can actually see your current level by looking at the UI and the notches on the side of the reticule when using focus mode. To do this, simply hold L2 while aiming. Not only that, but something that is crucial to the bow and ranged weapons in general is the whole idea of critical distance. To put it simply, this is the range that you want to stand away from the monster while still yielding the most damage. Different coatings and skills will impact your range, but you can tell if you're in critical distance when the reticule is this bright orange color. Try to maintain this position as much as possible to help maximize your damage. By pressing circle 3 times, you will do the quick shot combo, which is a horizontal spread of arrows consisting of quick shot, power shot, and power volley, going through them in that order. Pressing circle performs a quick shot, which doesn't increase your charge level but does allow you to regain stamina while using it, which is perfect for managing your stamina during your combos. Additionally, when using pierce coating, quick shot hits the target up to 4 times, increasing your potential damage per attack. Pressing circle after quick shot will lead into power shot, which is a follow-up version of quick shot and will be used in many bow combos. Just like quick shot, power shot doesn't increase your charge level, but can be used directly after a charge shot, as well as a quick shot, making it a versatile combo path option. If used after a charge shot, it will carry over the charge level, which means it will shoot additional arrows per charge level you're at, making it much stronger than the base quick shot. Finally, one more press of the bow will do the power volley. This is a stronger version of quick shot and power shot, as it will add even more arrows per shot into the mix, and this scales with charge level just like power shot does. However, this is a more commitment heavy move, as it roots you in place and consumes more stamina than the first 2 shots in the combo. The bow has been massively overhauled with the addition of tracer and tracking arrows though. Pressing R2 and square will apply a tracer arrow to your bow, consuming some of your gauge, and hitting a target with the tracer arrow will allow your successive shots to home in on that target. And every arrow that hits the tracer will eventually cause it to explode, or it will just explode after enough time has passed. While the tracer is applied, you'll be given critical distance at a much longer range than is shown on the UI. This also increases the damage of your arrows, as it increases all shots from the bow to their maximum level automatically. This makes it very advantageous to ensure that you have it up as much as possible and targeted on the weak point of a monster. Also keep in mind that a max level charge on the tracer shot doesn't hit quite as hard as a traditional bow charge from raising your charge level. However, the difference is small, so which one you choose will ultimately come down to your playstyle. That being said, having homing arrows will likely help you land more of your spread shots at a distance, making it a solid option for far-ranged engagements. Something else to note about the tracer shot is that it will home in all arrows to the target regardless of their shot type. This means you can mix in spread shots like quick and power shots for great effect, as they will just home in on a single location. However, we have noticed that pierce shots don't always register their additional damage hits reliably when combined with the tracer mechanic. If your arrows behave strangely in certain fights, consider sticking to traditional power shots and volley shots without the tracer arrow for more consistent results. Tracer arrows can be detonated quickly for their explosive damage by using a special attack on it as well. While holding L2, pressing X to dodge allows the hunter to evade while simultaneously increasing your bow charge level. This is one of the main ways to retain maximum level of charge on the bow, as charging to max using any combo and using a charging sidestep will cause your hunter to maintain that maximum charge. Remember that dodging uses up a lot of stamina, so you'll need to manage it accordingly. Meanwhile, your charging sidestep can be used to extend combos and improve your overall flow. It is still important to be mindful of your stamina consumption. This is essentially what the bow mains call dash dancing or bow dancing, as it allows you to quickly reposition while keeping up sustained damage on the monster. There is a variety of ways for charging, and you can simply hold the R2 button while doing the charging sidestep for a quick level. You can shoot a charging shot each time you exit the dodge and go straight back in for a low stamina cost combo. Or you can do a complete rotation of charged shots and power shots for a burst of damage between each charging sidestep. Now on to the next move. Perfectly sidestepping not only helps you maintain offensive pressure, but also allows you to regain stamina, an essential mechanic that ensures you don't run out at critical moments. This is a fantastic new addition that rewards precise movement and stamina management. You can achieve this by executing a Discerning Dodge, which is performed with the same input as a charging sidestep, but with a key difference. You want to get hit by the monster's attack during the dodge. Landing a perfect Discerning Dodge grants you a massive boost to your stamina, charge level, and trick gauge. The earlier you get hit during the dodge animation, the more resources you recover, making this technique ideal for aggressive playstyles. It is surprisingly forgiving, so once you get used to the timing, you're going to be able to hit it consistently. Plus, if needed, you can extend the dodge window with skills. Try using the smash mode setting on the training dummy in the training room to practice the dodge timing. This is your best way to manage your resources, especially in solo hunts where the monster is focused entirely on you. Advanced players rely on this heavily to maintain 100% uptime, and with practice it can be a real game changer for your performance. In Monster Hunter Wilds, the new Flying Swallow shot allows you to quickly reposition by performing a jump shot during a sidestep. Press triangle mid-sidestep to instantly leap in a chosen direction while firing. This move pairs exceptionally well with the tracer arrow, as it immediately launches 5 arrows per shot, rapidly building up status effects. The Flying Swallow shot is fantastic for weaving into your combos, as its damage scales with your charge level, similar to normal and power shots. While it does consume extra stamina, which can potentially lower your overall DPS, it's perfect for moves when you need to quickly reposition, or for an instant boost to status buildup. Next, the arc shot has been reworked to do more than just rain arrows from above. Now when you press L2 plus R2 plus circle, it also embeds fuse arrows into monsters. These arrows detonate over time or when hit by certain special moves, adding an extra layer of damage. It has 3 charge levels as shown by the targeting circle getting bigger, and the higher the charge, the more fuse arrows you will stick into the target, and with the right skills you can add even more. Fuse arrows will interact with some other special attacks, including Dragon Piercer, Thousand Dragons, and Hailstorm, just like tracer arrows. Your stamina will refill as you hold your arc shot charge, making it a great way to recover stamina if you are low. Pressing triangle and circle will do Dragon Piercer. This is a classic attack that is a powerful piercing shot. This is awesome and super satisfying to use on monsters with a long body, as the arrow will commonly do 6 hits of damage. This damage can actually be increased by equipping piercing arrows before using it. In Wilds, there's 2 ways to execute the Dragon Piercer. The standard version is performed by pressing triangle and circle, while the instant version is executed by pressing triangle and circle during combos. The instant version does however cause less damage, but has a faster startup animation. Your Thousand Dragons move is done by pressing R2 plus triangle plus circle, and this is an alternative to your Dragon Piercer. It will shoot multiple arrows in a wider spread at close range at once. You can combine this attack with tracer arrows, and it is great for monsters with large hitboxes or for up-close burst damage. The bow's focus strike Hailstorm with L2 and R1 is a powerful 2-part attack that locks onto multiple targets, delivering a devastating mix of tracking volleys and a follow-up Dragon Piercer. Holding L2 and R1 brings up a targeting reticule that automatically locks onto wounds and tracer arrows. Each locked target has up to 3 pips, with a full lock dealing the most damage. However, you don't need all 3 pips to fire, the Hailstorm is still effective with partial lock-on. Once activated, Hailstorm fires a rapid volley of arrows, striking all locked on points for heavy damage, and then follows up with a Dragon Piercer that pierces through the monster, detonating wounds and causing massive burst damage. For an advanced tip, while charging Hailstorm, your stamina gradually regenerates. This makes it a great way to recover stamina without completely stopping your offense, especially in longer fights where stamina management is crucial. Since Hailstorm locks onto multiple targets at once, it's even more devastating when a monster has several wounds or tracer arrows embedded, letting you unleash huge damage across its body. Now that you're familiar with the bow's moveset, let's dive into some essential combos that will have you defeating monsters with confidence in no time. Unlike other ranged weapons, the bow heavily rewards combos and fluid execution. You don't need to master countless complicated inputs, just a few core combos that can deliver huge damage as long as your execution is on point. The bow is especially appealing because it scales naturally with your skill level. Beginners can comfortably stick to the basic combos, while intermediate players can start mixing in enhanced moves like power shots or tracer shots, and at its highest level, you'll be seamlessly weaving precise dodges, powerful shots, and quick repositioning moves together, maximizing your DPS and taking your hunting skills to the next level. Let's dive into the combos, starting simple and gradually adding complexity. Keep in mind that for most of these combos, you can choose whether or not to incorporate tracer arrows, which will depend on your preference and playstyle. We'll begin with the basics and steadily introduce more advanced sequences so you can comfortably build up your skills at your own pace. First, we have your basic charge shot combo. For this, you want to press R2 to perform a charge shot and then release it to fire. Follow this up with 2 more R2 presses, which will progressively increase your charge level, firing stronger arrows each time. This is the most fundamental combo for your bow, ensuring that you're always building charge level and maximizing your damage per shot. Now let's go over your charge shot into power shot sidestep combo. For this combo, start with a charge shot by pressing R2 to build up charge level. Immediately follow it up with a circle button power shot to capitalize on that charge, and then press X to do a charging sidestep, allowing you to maintain mobility and your charge level. This combo is excellent for staying aggressive while repositioning, making it great against mobile monsters or high-speed encounters. Now we have your charge shot into power volley combo. Begin this combo with a charge shot R2, then follow up with a power shot circle input to retain the charge level. Press circle again to release a power volley, firing multiple arrows at once for a high burst damage finisher. This combo is ideal when the monster is stationary or staggered, as power volley will commit you to its animation, but delivers strong multi-arrow damage. If you're using tracer shots, you can skip holding R2 entirely and just spam circle to rapidly fire quick shots directly into the monster. This technique is especially effective against toppled monsters, allowing you to maintain pressure while quickly recovering stamina gauge with each shot. Then we have your tracer arrow into 1000 dragons combo. For this, start by firing a tracer arrow to mark a weak point on the monster using R2 plus square. Once that tracer is active, follow up with 1000 dragons by pressing R2 plus triangle and circle all together to unleash this close range burst shot, dealing massive damage, which is enhanced by coatings or elemental arrows. This combo is best used when you're up close or against a large-bodied monster, as 1000 Dragons excels in short-ranged engagements. Next we have the Arc Shot into Hailstorm Wound Pop combo. To pull this powerful combo off, first fire an Arc Shot with L2 plus R2 plus circle when the monster has active wounds. This embeds fuse arrows into the target, and immediately follow up with a Hailstorm with L2 and R1. This will detonate both the fuse arrows and the wounds simultaneously, delivering massive burst damage. If the monster is staggered from this, quickly fire off a Dragon Piercer to then maximize your damage output. An additional tip to know is that normally Hailstorm locks onto 1 wound at a time, but with an Arc Shot active, you're able to instantly lock onto all wounds simultaneously, significantly speeding up your targeting and greatly enhancing your burst potential. This combo is perfect for setting up delayed damage, ensuring that Hailstorm hits at its maximum potential while popping wounds for additional impact. After achieving your max charge level, pressing triangle during a charging sidestep will execute the Flying Swallow shot, allowing you to quickly reposition while also firing mid-air arrows. This move is great for maintaining charge level while adjusting your position. Upon landing, pressing circle for power shot immediately will follow up with a strong, high damage shot that carries over the max charge level, helping maximize your damage output. To finish the sequence off, pressing circle again unleashes Power Volley, a rapid burst of arrows at the target for a final high damage multi-hit attack. This combo is particularly powerful because it is loopable, allowing you to chain back-to-back max charge shots without losing momentum. For easier loops or to get burst damage on a toppled monster, use backwards charging sidestep followed by a neutral triangle input. This will cause Flying Swallow shot to reposition you exactly where you started, keeping you in the perfect spot to continue cycling power shots and power volley for sustained damage. This combo is perfect for staying mobile while dealing burst damage, making it a great choice for when you need to reposition but still want to keep up offensive pressure. As you become more comfortable with the bow, start weaving in different versions of your combos into combat. You can raise your charge level using normal shots, charge sidesteps, or held charges, then smoothly transition into your power shots and power volley combos for maximum damage output. After this, you can extend the combo further with a charge sidestep for loops while managing your stamina. New tools like Discerning Dodge, which instantly boosts your charge level to max when timed successfully, and Flying Swallow shot, which you can perform immediately after dodging, greatly enhances your combo rotation. Incorporating these techniques into your playstyle not only increases your overall damage, but also significantly reduces your downtime, helping you maintain consistent offensive pressure. While dash dancing was crucial back in Monster Hunter World, its importance may vary depending on your current build. If you're leaning heavily into using tracer shots, you won't need to dash dance quite as much. Just keep in mind, as mentioned earlier, there's a slight damage trade-off. A max level shot with tracer active doesn't quite hit as hard as a fully charged normal shot without one, although the difference is quite minor. So choose whichever approach feels best for your playstyle. When mounted, normal shooting is possible with the bow, but tracers cannot be applied. Coatings can be used, offering a way to apply status effects while traveling or when a monster leaves the area. Additionally, a jumping arrow draw can be performed by executing a jump shot by pressing R2. Furthermore, a jumping melee attack executed by pressing triangle is a useful tool for building mount damage. Jumping off of a wall going down a slope or off a ledge is the same as doing a jump off your mount. Sidestepping off of a ledge will automatically put you into a Flying Swallow shot though, and sprinting up a wall will give you access to the world favorite called the dashing shot if you press triangle, although it does seem a bit slower here. In Monster Hunter Wilds, mastering the bow requires a strategic combination of skills. Constitution and Stamina Surge are fundamental skills for bow users. Constitution reduces the stamina drain depletion, allowing for more extended periods of movements and attacks. Meanwhile, Stamina Surge accelerates your stamina recovery, ensuring that you can quickly evade and reposition after dodging or firing certain charged shots. Weakness Exploit, Critical Eye, and Critical Boost are the core of a bow user's damage output. Weakness Exploit ensures that your damage against weak points will crit, which is going to be crucial for maximizing your bow's rapid-fire capabilities. Critical Eye increases the chance of landing a crit in general, which will deal significantly more damage. Meanwhile, Crit Boost amplifies the damage of those crits even further. Evade Window is a great skill to consider for your sets, since the bow is more focused on dodging. This will extend the iframes, the invincibility frames, during your dodges, providing a greater window of opportunity to evade monster attacks and avoid taking damage. While these skills are essential for bow users, other skills can still be valuable depending on your playstyle and the specific hunt. Focus can be useful for charging the bow faster, enabling quicker shots and increased damage output. There are several bow-specific decorations, like Power Shot and Spread Shot, that each boost your arrow damage by around 5%, significantly enhancing your overall performance. If you want to lean into special attacks like Dragon Piercer and Tracer, then the special ammo boost will increase your damage, so consider using this as much as possible. There are also decorations that allow you to use restricted types of coatings on the bow, like para functionality, meaning you can equip this and use para coatings on a bow that doesn't normally have it. Burst is particularly effective on the bow, as it adds bonus elemental and raw damage each time you land consecutive hits on the monster. Given the bow's fast hitting and elemental focused nature, it synergizes incredibly well with this skill. Even investing just 1 point into burst can give a noticeable boost to your overall DPS, making it a valuable and efficient choice for nearly any bow build. Remember that building an effective bow requires careful consideration of your skills, armor, and decorations. So experiment with different combos to find builds that suit your playstyle and will maximize your effectiveness out in the hunt. Here are some useful tips and tactics to employ when using the bow. If you're out of range, the Tracer will actually increase the range of your arrows, allowing you to still hit. The Evasion Mantle pairs extremely well with the bow because you'll naturally be dodging frequently in combat anyway. Not only does it complement your playstyle, but successful dodges will also grant a temporary damage boost, significantly increasing your DPS. Your trick shot gauge can be recharged by performing normal shots and to a lesser extent by using the focus strike to pop open wounds. Holding down the charge button or successfully performing quick dodges are the quickest way to fill your trick arrow gauge. However, keep in mind that while you have coatings or tracer shots active, many of your shot types won't increase your trick gauge, such as power shot combos, Thousand Dragons, and even Dragon Piercer. But without coatings or tracer shots, they will increase the gauge. And take note that Dragon Piercer is especially good for gauge building, as a single shot will fill about half a bar of the trick arrow gauge. The Tracer is easy to use and really good for applying statuses. Just stick a Tracer on a weak spot and you'll get max level arrows that will chase the target and still apply the status, so you won't miss those shots or your coatings. Currently, even though the Tracer will last 10 seconds, using the Power Shot and Power Volley combo seems to extend the duration of how long they last. This isn't the case for normal shots, so try using Power Shot and Power Volley as much as you can to increase your Tracer uptime. We mentioned it earlier, but you can use Pierce coatings to increase the number of ticks and tick rate of your Dragon Piercer. Eating meals that are prepared with the Delishroom will reduce your stamina depletion in a similar way to Constitution. In previous games, bow users would leverage this trick to free up skill slots, allowing you to invest into other beneficial utility skills instead. So consider this meal option if you're looking to optimize your bow's build. If you're using a Pierce bow, then you may have more luck with the maximum level power shots, as they do a ton of damage and dramatically increase the amount of damage you deal. The Pierce coating is excellent for mounting, especially when combined with the dismount jumping attack. This is because each hit registers multiple instances of damage, meaning it significantly speeds up the mounting process, allowing you to instantly mount a monster with a well-placed attack. For easier KOs, pair exhaust coatings with the Tracer, and simply apply the Tracer to the monster's head. Then quickly follow up with Flying Swallow shots and Power shots. This combination rapidly builds up KO, swiftly knocking out monsters for big damage openings. When applying coatings, firing a Tracer arrow, or using charging Sidestep, continue holding your charge to retain the charge level and build trick arrow gauge. This ensures smoother combat flow, allowing you to maintain high charge for stronger shots while also keeping trick arrow resources available for special attacks. Well, that wraps up our bow guide for Monster Hunter Wilds. This weapon is all about fluid combat, precise aiming, and maintaining your charge levels to deal maximum damage while keeping mobile. With the new trick arrow system, enhanced mobility options, and powerful special attacks, the bow is more versatile than ever before. Mastering its charge techniques, coatings, and repositioning tools will allow you to consistently stay in the monster's critical range while avoiding danger. If you did find this guide helpful, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and share it with your fellow hunters. Also, let me know what weapon you want to see next in the series, and I'll see you out in the field. Here at Arekkz Gaming, we're two friends who love to play games. You have me, Paradise, as well as 2-6.
Our goal is to keep the videos as concise as possible by cutting out any of the fluff and focusing on what really matters with high quality videos.
So make sure you're subscribed down below for more videos on your favorite games coming very, very soon.